Today we're going to learn a little bit about Abram, told by Kilo. Okay, so first of all, we need to understand that a lot went down with Abram. I mean, he changed his name to Abraham. He became a man of many nations. He had a bunch of kids, almost killed his kid. He lived to be like a whole bunch of years old. He traveled a lot. He was like a rolling stone. And the party didn't get started until he was 75. So we're going to take this in small little increments. Okay, so let's start when he was 75 years old. He was Abram. He was married to Sarai. She was like 10 years younger than he was. They didn't have any kids because she just wasn't able to pop out shorties like that, right? And they was in this city called Haran. He was living with his daddy, who just died. His nephew Lot. I'm sure there's a bunch of cousins and all this, and then just servants and things that they have just acquired from being in Haran. It was a whole bunch of them living in the crib. God came to Abram and he was like, Abram, I want you to leave your father's land. I want you to leave your country. Leave the people that you know, other than your family. Go where I tell you to go. I am going to make you a man of many nations. When people bless you, I will bless them. And when people curse you, I'm going to cuss them out. Abram was like, okay, that's cool. That sounds good to me. All right, everybody pack it up. Abram, Sarai, Lot's family, the servants from Haran, their possessions, they took all that stuff and they left. They headed off to the country of Canaan. All of them. Okay. Now when they get to Canaan, it's a whole bunch of Canaanites there. Well, that's typically what happens when you go to a country. It's going to be the people of the country there. That shouldn't be surprising. It wasn't Mars. It was Canaan. Okay. Up the street. But then God says to him, Abram, all this land you see, I will give to your offspring. And then Abram was like, oh, for sure. So let me go to this city of Bethel. And he went in this city, and he was like, this is nice, this is nice. And right outside of Bethel, in between this place in Bethel and Ahi, which are both cities in Canaan, he builds up an altar to God. And after he does that, he has the bright idea to go to Negev. I don't know why he did any of that. I don't think it was necessary, but I'm just telling you the story. So there you go. So he gets to Negev, and then there's like mad famine. He's like, okay, well, this ain't gonna work. So let's go to Egypt. Cause you know, we got the RV loaded up and ready to go. We might as well hit the road, toes. Right before they get there, Abram looks at Sarai and he's like, girl, you are fine. You look good. How you make a potato sack look so sexy? Is that rayon? That robe is the business. What your number is? Don't worry, you ain't got no phone. Sarai, you need to know this. You are fine as wine. And when we get to Egypt, they're going to think you're fine as wine too. They're probably going to kill me trying to get to you. So how about this? How about we tell people that you're my sister? Then I'll get to live, which will be so awesome. They'll probably be nicer to me because I'm your brother. And they'll be trying to like get in good with me, you know? What you think? What you think? Now, it didn't say in the Bible what Sarai said, but she was kind of like, anyway, they get to Egypt. Pharaoh's assistants and officials are all like, oh my gosh, that girl, did y'all see that girl? She is fine. What is that? Is that a potato sack or was that rayon? She is fine, and you need to wife that, okay? Snatch her up before somebody else does, okay? So they bring her to him, and he's like, oh yeah, she is dope. So what he starts doing is, he's like, Abram, because you are her brother, I'm going to be nice to you. So here's some sheep, and here's some cattle, and here's some donkeys, and here's some servants. I'm going to give you that Egyptian discount. I'm talking about 1,000 count. Oh, would you like a camel or two while you at it? All that. Now, I don't know about y'all, but when I think about all that, what do you think that is? They're exchanging goods. You trying to buy her love through her brother? God was like, pimping ain't easy, okay? So what he did was he gave Pharaoh and all his household a bunch of diseases. Yes, I did check. It says God gave him the diseases, not Sarai. Know where your mind was. So Pharaoh is like realizing he's burned up, literally. So he calls Abram in. He's like, seriously? That's what we on? We just calling people's wives, sisters. We just lying to people. We just lying to the Pharaoh and saying, hey, here's my sister when it's really my wife. I mean, who does that? Who's like, oh, this my wife. Let me say it's my sister. I mean, is that what you do for fun? That's what jokes are. That's what we like. That's ha 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 ha. Let's see if God give me the heebie-jeebies. Like, I get to sanitize this place 3 times a day. You know how much I itch? I got an attitude and a bad rash. Why would you even do that? Like, I mean, you know what? I don't need to know the answer. I just need you to go. I need you to take your sister wife and all your friends and no, now we'll be good. I just need you to take it and go. But before you go, I got a question. Do you have some calamine lotion? So Abram leaves Egypt. He takes his wife, he takes Lot, all the stuff that he's acquired while he's there, and he goes back to Negev. Remember, it was famine there, but right now, they are living in the lap. Like, he is, like, eluded up because Sarai is fine. I mean, can you just, like, let it work for you? But then they decide to continue with the world tour and go from Negev back to Bethel, where they built that altar in between those 2 cities I was telling you about. Go back there. Why is he going back and forth? Well, I don't know why he's going back and forth, but he's going back and forth. I just tell the news. I don't make it up. So while he's here, the Canaanites, because they're in Canaan, are still there. In addition, it's parasites there. Now, not parasites, like parasites with Z's. They're tribal people. They're there too. Also keep in mind that Lot has his own little stash of cash on him too. So we got the parasites, the Canaanites, Abram and his people, Lot and his people. And it's just way too many people, right? People fighting over land, fighting over territory. So then Abram's like, okay, look, Lot, you my nephew. I love you like a son. I think, well, I don't know. I ain't never had a son because I don't have kids, but that's the sad point. It's enough land for us both. Won't we just kind of like part ways? You pick whatever section you want, and then I'll pick another section. So he was like, all right, cool. So he's looking around. He's like, ooh, I like that plane on the Jordan right there. Ooh, I like that. There's like water running all through it and stuff, so we can bathe and all that, which is so important. I see it's next to a town. What's that say? Sodom? Which looks like really, really wholesome and family oriented, which is great. And everyone was like, cool, you like it, I love it. You go over there, and I'll go, and I'll stay over here. So Lot goes, he takes all his people, he goes with his family and all that. Abram's still chilling in Bethel. And then God comes up to Abram and he's like, all the land that you see can be your land. So why on earth are you staying in this one little Bethel place? Venture out a little bit and find a piece that you really like instead of just going to this place. I know you built an altar for me before. That was awesome. You can build another altar somewhere else. You like relocating. So then Abram was like, oh, I do like to relocate. I am good at traveling. I do condense when I pack. So they went and they wandered the land and they set up camp in this land called Abram. And then he built another altar. And that was the story of how Abram found his new home. Thank you.